is Patricia and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to discuss what YouTube channels I watch. Recently I spent an afternoon with one of my subscribers, my friend Dawn, and she asked me what YouTube channels I watch, and I was thinking, wow, let me think what, because just right off the top of my head I mentioned a few, but then I thought, well, there's some I really watch and some, I watch occasionally, but so I sat down and made a list of all the YouTube. These are not beauty. These are all not beauty. Let me just preface that. I'll do a separate video with my favorite beauty channels. These are my non-beauty channels. And there are 16 I watch on a pretty regular basis. And I will tell you about each one a little bit. And I will try to leave links down below to all of them. I'm pretty sure I can. It's pretty easy. But anyway, they're in no particular order. I just kind of was picking out, which ones. And I went through my entire subscriber list. And this is the ones I watch the most. So, starting out, there is one in one particular order, my friend John. John's channel is, I'm always afraid I'm going to pronounce it wrong. Kawazi? K-A-I-W-A-Z-A. I will put the names down below here on the screen as I'm speaking, as I'm telling you about them. John and I became, John and I became friends here on YouTube. I think it was because of candles. I'm sure that's probably what it was. John's videos, he lives in Hawaii. He lives on Oahu. And he does, of course, candle videos. He also does thrift store hauls. And he has an extensive record collection. And he has 2 online radio stations. Moody, I might be getting this wrong, Moody Music, and I forgot what the other one's called. But he's got 2 online radio stations. Pretty cool, pretty cool. And he is a great guy, and you've heard me mention him before. And so I watch John's videos. I love watching John's videos. So he's my first, number 1 on my list. Next, the rest of these are in no particular order. Next, Abby Cox. I found Abby Cox during the pandemic, during the lockdown. She, from what I can gather, she worked at Colonial Williamsburg for years. And she dressed in period costumes. She is really, really interested in vintage clothing, how clothes were made, how they were structured. I mean, she goes into all the scientific kind of detail into a clothing, article of clothing. She replicates clothing. She will show you her vintage pieces she has in her collection. It's really fascinating. If you love vintage things, then I think you would really love Abby Cox. So she's next on my list. After Abby, I found this girl about the same time, and it's Rachel Maxey. I hope I'm saying that right. M-A-K-S-Y. Rachel Maxey, maybe. Oh, I love to watch her. She's got beautiful long red hair. Again, she, I think, used to be really into cosplay. She still is into cosplay. Let's just get that out there. She makes these wonderful outfits, and they're all kind of have a vintage twist to them. So nothing is really, it's more vintage style, but she will take a theme and then create an outfit to match that theme. It is, I love to watch her. I love to watch her videos. And so that's Rachel. She's next on my list. Next, Farmhouse Vernacular. Oh, I love her. I can't remember her name. Sorry, can't remember her name. But it's this lady, her and her husband bought an old farmhouse, an old farm, and they are renovating it. And they have finished the first floor, and they are working on the second floor now. And I love watching her videos and seeing what she's doing to decorate. She decorates using vintage pieces. She goes to thrift stores and to antique stores, and that's how she is doing her house. It is, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful. So, Farmhouse Vernacular. That's the next one. Next, House of Valentina. Now, this lady, Valentina, her and her husband have, among other things, they have an interior design business. Right now, they're based in Atlanta. And she gives you all kinds of interior design tips and tricks, and she shows you how to make your house look more high-end with more of a, you know, an IKEA budget. And I really enjoy watching her videos and her how she decorates and stages houses and things like that. So that's House of Valentina. Next, this one might, some of these we're going to kind of throw you a little bit as we go down the list, probably. Next, I have Jade the Libra. Jade is probably in her early 30s. She's a goth girl, and so is her husband. He's a goth guy, I guess. You don't see him hardly. It's just her on her videos. She loves Halloween. She loves Halloween, of course. So she decorates her house. She goes and searches for Halloween decorations. She'll take you along. And it's just, I just find her fun to watch. I love to watch how she decorates and how she goes searching for the Halloween stuff. And then when it's not Halloween time, she's still kind of in that theme. And then she has her own like little book club, and they'll have, you'll pick a book. I'm not following along with the book club stuff, but you pick a book and read, and you guys talk about it and leave comments. And it's cool. So I like to watch Jade the Libra, and now it is the 1st of July, into June, 1st of July, and the stores are starting to stock the Halloween stuff. So I will be going shopping with her, watching her shop for Halloween. So yeah, pretty cool. Next, this girl is just so sweet. Julia Pacheco. Julia Pacheco. She has a cooking channel. It's her and her husband, and she has a little 2-year-old little girl. I love to watch her cooking channel. It's all easy, quick, budget meals, and I've been making some of the recipes, and I made one last night, and my family absolutely loved it. So I'm really enjoying watching her recipes. She's really good. So if you like to cook, Julia Pacheco, that's who you need to see. Next, the Southern Women channel. Now, this is my friend Julia's channel. I've been friends with her for a long time. She's from Gaffney, South Carolina, but she was in pageants and was in dance, and so she ended up in New York City working on Broadway. And she met her husband, and he's a producer. Sam recently produced the National Geographic Aretha. He also produced the other ones, Picasso with Antonio Banderas, and he produced, it's the Genius series. He produced Einstein with Jeffrey Rush. So they recently did the Aretha. But Julia, she's from where my grandmother was from, Gaffney, South Carolina. And she is a comedian. She was the writer for the Netflix series, what's it called, Southern Comfort, with what's her name from American Idol, who married David Foster. You know who I'm talking about. That show. She was one of the writers for that show. Anyway, it's funny. You need to watch the Southern Woman's channel, and it is exactly how it is here in the South. If you're from the South, you will get a huge kick out of it. If you're not from the South, you'll get a huge kick out of it, and it is spot on, spot on. Okay, next, this might throw you a little bit. My next channel, Caitlin Doherty, Ask a Mortician. If you're interested in anything about death, about a mortician, her latest video is Watch While I Get Embalmed or something like that. Yeah, she doesn't actually get embalmed, of course, because, you know, you have to be dead for that. But she shows you the steps for being embalmed. But yeah, it's very, very interesting channel. So just go check it out. And if you're not interested, you're not interested. But here in my house, we kind of like stuff like that. You know, I used to work for a funeral home. I don't know if you knew that. I was a weekend secretary for a funeral home for about 2-3 years. It was quite a while. And so, and I grew up, my dad's office was in a funeral home when I was a child. So I spent a lot of time in funeral homes. So yeah, very interesting. Kind of on this same plane here, Hollywood Graveyard. I love watching this guy's video. I think his name's Aiden. Hollywood Graveyard. He tours famous graves. Originally it was just in Hollywood, but now it's all over. But if you want, he'll show you the graves, but then tell you about the person. And that's the part I like. You're not just looking at this person's grave. He will give you information about them. Some people you know, definitely. Some you might not know, but you need to know. You should know about them. And it's pretty interesting. So, yeah, I like to watch Hollywood Graveyard. There's a few others I'll watch every now and then who might tour graves, but I always watch his. Next, now we're going total. It's all right, puppy. Come here, I'm right here. Sorry, my puppy was crying. Come here, baby. It's okay. Yeah, it's okay, puppy. You want to come up here? You want to come up here? My son went out and he got scared. Yes, that's Mama's puppy. That's Mama's little baby who's a big dog, huh? Yeah, okay, you just lay your head right there. Okay, sorry about that. Next, Tropical Plant Party. This guy's name's Jeff, and I found him pretty recently, a few months ago. And he lives in St. Louis, and he has the most beautiful backyard. He's got a really nice swimming pool in his backyard, and he, even though he lives in St. Louis, has got it planted tropical. There's palm trees and birds of paradise and you name it. And you know me, I love tropical. So I was real excited to find his channel, and I just love watching him. He'll do a weekly vlog. He'll show you what he's planted, how the plants are looking, yeah, stuff like that. And then he'll also show his dog Toby and his cat Pumpkin, and then he's got a tortoise, and I think he has fish, and I think he has a bird. Yeah, he's got a lot of pets. So anyway, Tropical Plant Party. I like that show. And if you're into plants, he will do videos explaining you how to care for certain types of plants, if you're interested in that too. Okay, this next one, Useful Charts. Useful Charts. I love this channel. I watch every upload. This guy, I think there's more than one guy who runs the channel, but they do family trees, and you can see family trees of a lot of royalty, but also just all kinds of family trees. He has done videos where if so-and-so, if George Washington, this is an actual video, if George Washington had been made king of the United States, who would be king now? That was really, things like that is really, really interesting. So, yeah, Useful Charts. I love that. I love seeing that. Next, Days with Jordan the Lion. I have watched Jordan now for 4 years at least, I think. Jordan, he was, when I first started watching him, he lived in LA. He was trying to be an actor. He worked with a catering company as a server. And he would go around and film famous places around Hollywood and tell stories about Hollywood. And just recently, he moved, I think, to Savannah. He's not said where he's moved, but I think he's in Savannah. And he's been able to buy a house, really nice house. And he no longer has to work with a catering company. He's making a living with YouTube. And I enjoy watching his videos. So now I'm looking forward to him going other places other than just around Hollywood. Because I'm pretty sure he pretty much visited just about everything in Hollywood. But yeah, Days with Jordan the Lion. I like to watch him. And then the next three I put into the Disney category. If you are not a Disney fan or Universal Studios fan, Orlando or Hollywood, you're probably not interested in these channels. But these are the ones I watch on a regular basis. First is the Diz Unplugged. D-I-S, Diz Unplugged. They will help you if you're planning a trip. All the ins and outs. That's how I found them when I was planning trips to Disney. And I don't know how long I've been watching the Diz. It started out as a forum, a chat forum online. And it has developed into this whole channel. They have another channel called the Diz. So there's the Diz and the Diz Unplugged. And I watch those. I also watch DSNY Newscast. Yeah. Disney Newscast, and he's really good, and he's really informative, and this is if you're really wanting the ins and outs. You really want to know what's going on so you can be prepared for your trip. That's what that one is. And then the last is one of my favorites. I've been watching forever, the Tim Tracker. Tim Tracker and his wife Jen. Tracker's not the real last name. They don't want their last name known. I have followed them. They live in the Orlando area. They tour Disney. They tour Universal. They tour SeaWorld. They tour resorts. They just do it all. They started going on Disney cruises, and they have a little boy now named Jackson, who he's over a year old now. But yeah, and I have really enjoyed watching them over the years. So the Tim Tracker. If you're wanting to see Disney and just want to see them like a day at Volcano Bay, or you can watch their channel. It's really nice. So that's it. 16 channels. 16 channels. So guys, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. I would like for you to leave a comment below and tell me the one or two of your favorite channels, not beauty. Not beauty. And I'd like to know what you guys are watching. So, and maybe I'll find something new, and hopefully you found something new today. So guys, thank y'all for watching. I'll see you next time.